on. Looks like we have an interesting clip from Bradley Martyn's podcast Raw Talk, where he was talking to Steve Will Do It, and Steve Will Do It drops a little gem on how he was treated by the NELK Boys and Happy Dad. And lately, Steve has been going on this run of, if you guys don't remember, recently he was on the podcast Impulsive with Logan Paul, and they shouldn't even have aired the podcast because of how it went. But it seems like Steve has been dealing with emotional problems. No offense to Steve, because mental health is a real thing, obviously. And the drinking and showing up to Impulsive plastered and basically getting kicked off. And now he's on Bradley Martyn's podcast, and he drops a little bit of a statement here about how he was basically, the way I interpreted it, pushed out of Happy Dad, and his spot kind of gypped from him, if you get what I'm saying. So let's hear what he has to say in his own words and kind of go over it.
Just growing full send and NELK and everything.
By the way, shout out to Bradley Martyn. Shout out to Raw Talk. This is not my content. Go subscribe to Raw Talk. Awesome podcast. Bradley Martyn's awesome. Steve Will Do It's awesome. Yeah.
Just growing full send and NELK and everything. Having no ownership or involvement.
But didn't you have ownership at one point?
Yeah, dude. And they said you have 15% for free. And
free's funny because free.
And then you get extra 5%.
Free's also
no. You have 10% for free for what you've done. Okay.
So not free. Free is what you.
But if you invest $500,000 right now, like we need it by tomorrow, you'll get a free 15% plus an additional 5%, which is 20%.
See, to me, that sounds sketchy. Like, why would they need Steve Will Do It to invest $500K by tomorrow? Like, we need it by tomorrow. Like, as if you don't have investors or billionaires, or you're not, millionaires yourself. Just sounds sketchy. And it sounds like they're like, just from my input already, it sounds like NELK was trying to give him a sugar sweet deal and talk in his ear sweet, but then, have ulterior motives, allegedly.
So yeah, did that, sent the money, got nothing out of it. Years later, had to threaten them to.
So he's still years later after Happy Dad's success, $1 billion company. Years later, Steve Will Do It still has not received anything. And he just said he's had to threaten.
Act. People like to say, Steve's crazy. No, Steve is fed up.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it, bro. I've been around firsthand, so I've seen it.
And of course he's fed up. And so my take on this is, Steve Will Do It seems like a genuinely nice guy. And from me seeing him and the way he acts on camera lately, especially the Impulsive interview, it really showed that something's been getting to him in the industry for him to want to escape by drinking or doing whatever, right? And you just heard him say at the end, he said, no, Steve's not crazy.
Had to threaten them to.
He's just fed up.
Act. People like to say, Steve's crazy. No, Steve is fed up.
So to me, I take it as, Steve's helping everybody. Like NELK came to him and he didn't even have to do that. $500,000 is a lot of money, a lot of money. And they tell him, you'll get 20% of the company for free if you just give us $500,000, but it has to be by tomorrow. And to this day, he still hasn't received anything. And from what I heard from the snippet, he's had to threaten legal action. Yeah, that's crazy. And, it feels like Steve helps out a lot of these people, and that's why he has good connections. Timepiece Trading, Dana White, all these people love him because he does good business. He's a good businessman. But it seems like NELK was allegedly doing bad business with him, right? They knew he was nice, try and take advantage of it, get the $500K, sweet talk him into saying, here, you'll get 20%, and they end up giving him nothing. And he was on NELK for a while. He was one of the main characters. He was awesome, right? So it's like, we're bros. Of course we'll do it. We're bros. I'll give you the $500K. I trust you to keep your word. But did they? And that's very sad. That little dog sleeping on the corner over here is cute. But no wonder why Steve Will Do It is, appearing on these podcasts and these other shows the way he is because, like he said right here in his own words,
is fed up.
He's fed up, right?
He's fed up.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve's crazy. No, Steve is fed up.
Right, he's fed up, and he even said, "Let's rewind that." He had to threaten action.
And
Free's funny because
and then you get extra 5%.
Free's also
no. You have 10% for free for what you've done. Okay,
so not free. Free is what you.
But if you invest, $500,000 right now, like we need it by tomorrow, you'll get a free 15% plus an additional 5%, which is 20%. So yeah, did that, sent the money. Got nothing out of it. Years later, had to threaten them to.
See how I say you had to threaten them? Probably with legal action. Like, you guys said you were going to do this. I gave you $500,000 of my own money, and you're not doing what you're supposed to do. And Steve repped Happy Dad proudly. You know, I feel like Steve was probably one of the bigger faces of Happy Dad. I don't know. I feel like the bigger NELK got, right? I feel like the bigger NELK got. I feel like the more the bigger NELK got, I feel like the more corporate and the more corrupt they're getting, the more about the Benjamins they're getting, right? Because, I mean, Steve's a good guy. I mean, he gives money to everybody. He takes care of a lot of people, and he don't give a fuck. He just likes to help out people. He just likes to have a good time. He's just a good person. And so for them to do that to him is really fucked up. So if NELK gypped him the 20% ownership of the company that they promised him, and he gave them $500K overnight, there's a problem here. And I want you guys to let me know down in the comments. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, join the See Me Now family. This one's fucked up to me, man, because I love Steve Will Do It. I think he's an awesome guy. I'm glad he got his YouTube reinstated. I mean, he's doing a good job with Convict Kitchen. I mean, everything's going good. So I don't understand why people got to be like so bad. Why can't people just keep their word? And Kyle, Kyle seems like a decent dude, but he's one of them boys. Top hat. Kyle's one of them boys. So I don't know. I just wanted to play a little clip for you guys, give you my input. I feel like that shady businessman, and they're taking advantage of Steve's niceness, man. $500K overnight's a lot of money, and if he did that for him, that was a big favor, and they should be compensating back with even bigger favors. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. God bless you guys. Jesus is King, the King of Kings. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This has been See Me Now Media, and I'll catch you on the next one.